Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Vanessa Cardenas, trusted advisor for betrayal and transformation. I am also the host of Coaches Collective Academy, filled with alumni of coaches. And here we are. We're doing another round of ChatGPT prompts that help you with gaining a perspective on your coaching clients, what you want to do, how you want to operate, how you want to get your content. And ChatGPT is a great tool to be able to do so. And how you can use ChatGPT in the best possible way is by prompts. And if you heard my last presentation, which is available over on YouTube, that was the first presentation. If you want to really get your juices flowing and really start to comprehend what is happening, I have some different tools for you. So we're going to jump right into that just so that we have that. So the first thing that we're going to do is go over some verbs to start your prompts. So we're talking about prompts. The verbs that you want to use to start your prompts are answer, argue, if you want to get the opposing point of view. And that's good if you're in a situation where you're starting to figure out what are going to be my client's objections to working with me. So you ask Chat to go argue the other side. Brainstorm. This is another good verb to start your prompt. Compile, craft, create, describe, develop, differentiate, discuss, generate, outline, list, propose, recommend, and my favorite, write. So those are verbs to start your prompts. Then we want verbs to refine your prompts. Okay, so those were the verbs to start your prompts. And here are the verbs to refine your prompts. Analyze, change, clarify, combine, criticize, define, expand, explain, include, narrow your focus, predict, rephrase, reword, rewrite, summarize, translate. Okay. Now, the other thing that you want to use is something called a feelings wheel. Comes with the 7 common ones. You're fearful, you're angry, disgusted, sad, happy, surprised, and bad. How you feel. And then it expands out. Wonderful words that you can use. Clarify how your client feels in feeling sad, angry, all the words, and how best I can help as a coach. So again, you want to use verbs to start your prompts. You want to use verbs to refine your prompts. And you want to throw in some feeling words in there. We have some wonderful prompts that I'm going to share with you. First one, can you provide me with some topic ideas? So for example, can you provide me with some recipe ideas for Middle Eastern food for 25 to 35-year-olds who are relatively new to cooking? You can then ask Chat to act as somebody, meaning act as if you are whomever you want it to be. Give me a number of ideas to improve an activity to reach a specific goal. Act as a coach. Give me 6 ideas to improve my marketing to reach my target audience. This is my favorite one. Give me some uncommon strategies that industry or person can use to achieve this goal on this platform. Give me some old school strategies. Give me some strategies from the 1950s on marketing that were successful. Okay. Now, when chat gives you the reply back, you can further ask a question, again, related to the last answer. Explain how to, and then whatever it gave you as the answer. So in this example, 1950s advertising, if it told you X, Y, and Z, explain how to X, Y, and Z to achieve the goal on this platform. Okay. And if you're on Twitter, here we go. Create a Twitter thread idea based on the previous answer. Do or do not include hashtags. Now, you want to keep going with Chad until you are satisfied with the prompt. You don't have to take it at face value. Okay? You shouldn't take it at face value because it still needs to have your touch on it. It is not a cut and paste situation where you take the exact answer that chat gave you and you cut and paste it into something else. You want to use chat as your framework. You want it to stimulate your creative process. But you can continue to ask it to rewrite, rephrase any of its answers to you that just don't feel right. Now, with that said, you can put in a sample of your writing style. So again, you would start with a new chat. Here is my writing style. Using my writing style, please, and then you write your prompt. I always use the word please and thank you because I was just raised that way. I know with AI, you don't necessarily need to, but if you're polite to it, it'll be polite back. So with that being said, you want to make sure that the information that it's giving you, you want to absolutely read it because chat does make mistakes. It does. There are some inherent biases within chat. It is still a learning platform. So you want to absolutely read what it gives you, and then you want to add your own flair to it. You want to add yourself to it. Even if you put into it, here's a sample of my writing style so that it sounds more like you, you still want to read through it. You still want to add to it. So if you need to keep going until you're satisfied with the reply, that it's got the gist of what you are looking for. So if you want to learn from what other people have done, ask ChatGPT, go for it, ask. My favorite, give me more examples. Give me 10 more examples. Give me 12 more examples. You can ask any denomination that you would like. Just know this. If you ask for way too much, you will slow it down or it'll stop. Now, again, remember, when chat stops, your next prompt, continue. When you feel like it suddenly just ended abruptly, continue. Do you want more? If you want to generate outlines for whatever you're working on, you want to create an outline for a blog, you want to create an outline for a course, you want to create an outline for a session with a client, you want to create an outline for a speech, you want to create an outline for an email response. Whatever outline you want to create, chat will help you with that. I am writing a newsletter, blog, speech on whatever your topic, and would like an outline that includes idea number 1, idea number 2, idea number 3, Idea number 4. Can you also suggest some related topics that I could cover in this post blog speech? Please ensure that the outline includes a specific detail and another specific detail to provide the reader with valuable insights. I'm looking for X number of ideas that will capture the reader's attention and keep them engaged throughout the post. The next thing is write me a paragraph on whatever it gave you. Open with a obvious, bold, counterintuitive, or argumentative statement, and develop this idea with evidence, with links to sources. We're going to shift gears. Fine-tune your writing to match your voice and engage readers. So the first prompt, voice and style guides. Write at a grade or degree level. Use clear or simple or elaborate language. Bias toward short sentences. Avoid jargon, acronyms, emojis. So, new prompt. You want to insert your text, what you have written. Rewrite my writing in a more formal, funny, serious, sarcastic, optimistic, pessimistic, lighthearted, magical, whimsical way. Continuing on, another prompt, again, inserting your text, what you have written. Rewrite this for readers with a 3rd grade education. Rewrite this text for readers with a PhD education level. Okay. Again, the text, rewrite the text to be more concise, empathetic, humorous, descriptive, persuasive, informative, action-oriented. Next prompt, rewrite the text emulating your favorite author, Ernest Hemingway, Judy Blume, Vanessa Cardenas. Do you want more? So when I find something on Instagram that is intriguing and interesting, I'm like, oh, let me ask chat about that. So I get a chat going about that particular topic. For example, silver splitters. I never heard that term before. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So rather than asking Google, I asked chat. And chat was like, that is for people who are divorced over 50. And I'm like, wow, that's an interesting topic. And of course, went through the whole scenario of all the different prompts related to that. Then I'll find something on Facebook that's intriguing to me. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting how self-esteem is shattered after betrayal. If you want to speed up your research, okay, you're doing research on your topic, okay? Research is a little different, okay, than just asking it generic prompts. Research, you want references. Now, keep in mind that chat is only up until 2021, I believe, at the time of this recording. However, there are extensions. You can get a Chrome extension that will allow chat to surf the internet. Now, this is very interesting, and it slows it down. I will let you know that. And it's only available on the paid version. Meaning if you have Chat 4.0, you can get the extension, the Chrome extension, for it to be able to access the internet. When it accesses the internet, it slows it down. Why? Because it's looking through the internet now. It's not only looking through its own information, it's now scouring the internet. What I like about it is that I can now add myself to it. So I can add a prompt that asks my question from the point of view of Vanessa Cardenas, trusted advisor for betrayal and transformation, founder of understandingear.com. And what it does, it takes a little bit of time, but what it does is it then scours understandingear.com, which it's struggling with. I will let you know that for me personally, it's struggling with that because it keeps thinking that it's an audiologist's. But anywhere that I have a little bit of a touch point on, like Mind Valley, Coaches Compare, anything, anywhere that Next Step Academy, anywhere that I have been or I have something written about me there, it'll pull that information. Very fascinating. So similar to how we, back in the day, we used to Google ourselves to see what was being said about us and stuff like that, and who would say what. Back in the early days of the internet, we would Google ourselves. Actually, were actually coasters made with, I searched for myself on Google and found nothing. Yes. So you can go into Chat 4.0 with the Chrome extension, and you can see what is on there about you. Interesting, very interesting. So I like that. I definitely like that. I've felt like if I could teach chat, that I'm available, that I'm there, I'm on the internet, but others in the various chat rooms that I'm in have said that's not helping. It doesn't help. Your focus should always remain on getting as much content about yourself out there so that Google can find you, because Google will still be a thing. Chat at this moment is not going to replace Google. Again, you have to keep in mind that half the population doesn't even have internet access. Like they've never even seen Google, or so possibilities are just endless. You also have to keep in mind that ChatGPT is a great tool. It absolutely is. But with greatness comes a sense of responsibility. You need to be careful. And that's why it's so important for you to read what it gives you and call it out. Call it out if it generates an answer for you that you, as an expert in your niche, completely disagree with. And you're like, no, I call this. No, this is not right. I have done it. I've done it 3 times now. For example, in my particular case, I had asked it something along the lines about betrayal, of course, because that's my area of expertise, and like advice to give to a woman who's struggling with either staying or going. And it wrote something out. It was all right. It wasn't perfect or anything, but the gist of it was that the woman was staying. Then immediately I asked, related to a man, same advice, but for a man. In the response for a man, the man was leaving. And I was like, well, hold on a second. So then I asked it the strategic question of how many women stay versus how many women go versus how many men stay and how many women go. And it responded back that it couldn't give me that information because there's no statistical information, blah, blah, blah. So then I called it out and I said, your first prompt said the woman was leaving, was staying, and the second one said the man is leaving. That's being biased. And it apologized. It was like, right. And I'm like, I know I'm right. Absolutely. And I called it out on something else related to male and female type of thing. Absolutely call it out. You would call out an individual who said something that you're like, no, hold on a second. I don't agree with that. You don't agree with chat, call it out. Because it'll continue to learn and understand that there are certain things. So again, with great wisdom comes great responsibility. And we need to be careful with this as well. My personal assessment related to that is that when you ban something that everybody really wants, it makes the desire for it even stronger. They need to be careful with that. A strict no is a little challenging, whereas with alcohol, that you can't buy alcohol on Sunday mornings. That was the way they curbed it for people not to go to church drunk, that type of thing. So I think there needs to be safeguards without a doubt, again, because with great wisdom comes great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. And AI is a powerful tool. It absolutely is. But how can we use it as coaches? How can we use it to help humanity? Is by being able to articulate our message. And that's what's the most important thing, is that chat is helping you articulate your message. who you are, what you do, so that the reader understands it. And again, the reader, our humanity, might not be familiar with chat at all. You'd have to be under a rock. I get that. But again, half the population is not online. Just like that, you know? So use it. Anyway, I really want you to embrace it. Again, if you're not into it, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But if you are, it is a rabbit hole. You can get sucked into it pretty quickly, but it is a great tool. It is a tool to get this inspired. It can give you, if you got writer's block, is a serious thing. It absolutely is. What do I say? How do I say it? I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, the exact same way. I need different language. I need to still feel energized. You know this. You know the speakers that have said the same thing over and over again for 20 years. They get up on stage or they get in front of Zoom and they're just monotone. Why? Because they've said the same thing 600, 700, 1,000 times. It's like musicians sometimes. You go see some of the musicians that have been touring year after year, and all they do is kind of thing. And it's, come on, you need the energy. And sometimes you need the energy just to reframe the language, reframe how you present yourself. And chat is a great tool for that. Use it wisely. Again, I don't advocate cutting and pasting answers and having that be it. No, you have to put yourself in there. And yes, chat can write in your style and this and that, but it is not you. It is not you. And you are amazing in and of yourself. So go out there, share it. Thank you so much for your participation this morning. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you got some great tips in there. If you need anything from me, by all means, reach out and we'll chat again.